Hello people, and welcome to Crypto Exposed. Are Forbes right? Is XRP a zombie chain? Okay, let's get into it. So, got this article here from Forbes, and I thought I would address this because I find it quite funny, to be honest with you. So we have here the rise of crypto's billion-dollar zombies. And I think this is a good teachable moment, guys, when we keep talking about the whole price aspect of XRP, because one of the reasons why I keep telling you guys about patience is because a lot of you guys are primarily invested in XRP, so it's your prime focus, and I understand that, right? I completely get that, and I've said to you guys before, like, I'm human too. I do want XRP to take off like now. I get it, so I do understand. But as I've said to you guys before, I'm not emotionally reactive because I just understand that this is not something I can control. So I wait however long it takes. That's just how simple it is for me. Now, if I had the choice, would I say, yes, can XRP take off tomorrow? I would say, yes, please, right? Like, I'm human. Like, I do want this to happen. I want it to happen as soon as possible. But as I say to you guys, this isn't something we can control. This isn't something that we get to decide. It doesn't happen because we get frustrated. It happens when it happens, right? And the thing for me about this, guys, is like, this is what I'm trying to tell you when I say, look, if you guys just zoom out a bit and start looking at other cryptos and not just so focused on XRP, you will see that it's not just XRP going through this. It's not. And this article just completely proves this. Now, let's first of all almost just get into the quick part of this article that I want to show you, because I just want to straight away just show you how ridiculous this whole article is, to be completely honest with you. So let me just scroll down to the point that I want to show you guys. Okay, so it's just this specific part. Ripple Labs is a crypto zombie. Its XRP tokens continue to trade actively, some $2 billion worth per day, but to no purpose other than speculation. Okay, and this is just something I just wanted to point out straight away as to how we can kind of start to, debunk this whole thing anyway. I'm not going to read the whole article because it's quite long, but there is another part of the article that I want to show you. But them saying that the token is being traded specifically just for speculation. Well, first and foremost, we can actually say that that's not true, right? Because Ripple have over like 300 partners who are using like ODL. So we know that's not true. And we know at least 50% of those ODL transactions are utilizing XRP. So we know for a fact that's not really accurate what they're saying there. So straight away you can see, I don't know if it's bias, like I don't know if it's a negative bias that they have here, or if they're just not as well informed. They're just really talking from a very ignorant standpoint where they haven't done the real research to understand this. Either way, it's not good. It's poor journalism. That's basically what this is. No matter what, right? Either way, this is bad. But the other thing is this, guys. Let's just put aside the ODL transactions. Right now, all of crypto is speculation. All of crypto is. It's really that simple. Even Bitcoin is still speculation at this point. What does Bitcoin do? It's just a store of value. That's speculation. There's no guarantee of that. Like, there has been instances where Bitcoin hasn't served as a store of value. We've seen instances of that. So everything is speculation. When we have a bull run, that is speculation. We're not in a utility market right now, right? And even if we was to go into a utility market, well, then what would you say about Bitcoin, as it actually has no utility? It has no purpose other than store of value. You can't really use Bitcoin for anything. You can, yes, maybe add other layers to it, put it with layer 2s and things like that, but it doesn't serve any purpose on its own. So straight away, like, I'm looking at this, I'm like, okay, like I can kind of see here where, the negativity and the ignorance is coming from, right? And so this is what I mean, guys. Like, it's the articles like this that you can see, and if you don't really understand crypto, this is where the kind of things like this can like really mislead you and get you scared, because you might just read this and blindly think, oh yeah, they're right. Oh my God, blah, blah, like, this is accurate. XRP is terrible. No, not really. Not really. Now, I'm not saying that they don't pose any like points in here. Like, I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is when you read certain aspects of it, some of it is just wrong. Some of it can easily be debunked straight away. It can easily be countered. So to me, when I start to see that, it starts to make me question their credibility. And where is this coming from? Like, is this coming from a place of, again, negative bias, or is it coming from a place of ignorance or a place of maybe tribalism to another crypto? Because I've said this recently, but I've been seeing a lot of lately, like Ethereum bias. I've been seeing it a lot, especially since this whole lawsuit news has come out. It's crazy how much we've got to see now, how much people favor Ethereum over other cryptocurrencies. I think Bitcoin, because it's just the original, gets the okay. Even the SEC have said that. But Ethereum are the next in line. Why? Well, they're the second biggest in market cap, right? And because they did pay to play, right? They got working with the SEC. They did some shady dealings and it got them well ahead. And that's what led to, Ripple being sued. So they've not fought fair here. And I'll be honest with you, it would not surprise me if they're actually paying off media companies. It really wouldn't. I'm not saying that's what's happening because I don't know for sure, but it just wouldn't surprise me because I showed this before, but when Consensus was given the Wells notice, so we knew that they was going to get sued, I've looked on Ethereum news and there was barely anything about it. And anything that was about it, it was like, oh, this is so wrong. They're trying to stifle the latest innovation. When it was XRP was not given that grace. XRP was, Ripple have been doing this, they've been doing all this bad stuff, and, XRP shouldn't be used, its securities and blah, blah. It was negative. The sentiment was negative. Whereas with Ethereum, it's like, oh my God, I can't believe the SEC are doing this. They're trying to stifle innovation. Completely different. And it's amazing to see how blatant some of these media companies are showing their bias because it's very poor journalism. Like, journalistic integrity is dead, guys. In crypto media, at least right now. It really is, because it's so clear to see the favoritism that it's just a joke. And that's why I'm saying, we know that Ethereum were working with the SEC. Well, would it surprise me if they're also working with crypto media to portray a narrative? Wouldn't surprise me. Would not surprise me at all. So, I'm getting to a point where I'm just a bit like, I don't know if Ethereum are doing more shady tactics, but I don't like this. I don't like what I'm seeing because it really is like, it's bad enough that we're still having to go through a lawsuit. Now, don't get me wrong, we got the victory where it counts, but let's not act like the rest of this lawsuit couldn't still impact Ripple. Like, it could impact ODL in the United States. So we can't ignore that. Like, yes, we've got our victory in terms of the retail holders, but the institutional sales could still dramatically affect Ripple. It doesn't mean that they're completely out of the woods just yet. So they've still got a fight on their hands. And so when I'm seeing stuff like this, I really don't like it. It don't sit well for me at all. So let's get to the next part that I want to show you guys anyway, because this is where I'm talking about the whole thing with cryptos and why I'm not worrying about XRP. Okay, so here we have, look at what they've put here, good for nothing blockchains, 20 good for nothing blockchains. So first and foremost, XRP is leading the pack. But let me just show you some of the other blockchains that we've got here. Okay, so we have Cardano, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, Internet Computer, Ethereum Classic, Stellar XLM, Stacks STX, Casper KAS, Theta, Phantom, Monero, Arweave, Algorand, Flow. I'm going to stop there because you get the gist. The point that I'm trying to show you, they've listed off 20 cryptocurrencies here that they're basically saying are zombie chains. Now, guys, one of them straight away that I will say, I was surprised that they said, because I recently remember seeing this crypto moving and it caught my attention and I knew it and it jumped out to me straight away when I saw it because I was considering investing in this. And that's Casper, not CSPR, KASPA, Casper. Still the same word, but just spelled a different way. And that Casper, KASPA, I saw, this was a few months back now, but their chain, it was like rallying up like 100%. It was really doing well. And the reason why I didn't buy in it was simply because at that point I could see that it was already pumping. So I'm like, well, I've kind of probably missed the multiplier at this point, right? Like if I jump in now, how much more is it going to go? I don't really know. So I didn't want to risk like buying a green candle and that could have been possibly like the local top and then it just drops from there. So I didn't buy into it. But guys, look, I can tell you now, a lot of these cryptos that they're mentioning, they're still active. And I think a lot of this, what they're probably judging it by, is just price action. I really do. I think they're just judging it by, they're just calling them zombie chains because they haven't had no real great price action in the last, I don't know, maybe like a month or so. Because I know there's things going on with some of these cryptos. So for them to call them zombie chains, I'm like, wow. So what's your basis of this? Because, you know, if you're just basing it on, they're not really moving that much, like if that's all it is, then yeah, okay, you can say that if you want. But again, remember that we're just coming out of like a bear market and we're slowly starting to get into the bull market, right? Like we haven't had alt season yet. And so this is where like, okay, people have seen Solana, so people are saying, oh, well, you know, Solana's moving. Why isn't the rest of the cryptos moving? Why isn't my crypto moving? As I'm showing you right here, these are 20 different cryptos here that are being called zombie chains because they haven't really moved. So there's 20 examples right here that you have of cryptos not performing right now. And this is what I'm saying, guys, like it's not just XRP specific, and that's what you've got to understand here. Right? Like this isn't just an XRP thing. And this is why when it comes to media, I remember seeing something, and this was recently, and it was like Chinese media, right? And it was some guy on the news and he was talking about Bitcoin, but this was like back in like 2012, 2013 or something like that. And it was after like Bitcoin had done a recent surge. And the guy was like, oh, you know, Bitcoin is not going to stay here. It's going to be done here. This is just a fad. Like this price is just, it's not going to stay. It's not going to carry on going up. It's going to end basically. This will not stick around. And this was in like 2012. Well, look where we are now. Do you see what I'm saying? So when I look at these articles, I can just tell these people are dinosaurs. That's all it is. Because when they're saying, oh, it's only trading based on speculation, yeah, same goes for the whole market. Like, yes, there are cryptos being utilized for utility as well, but at the moment, speculation is what drives the market. When you're having bull runs and bear runs, that is speculation specific. It's not utility specific. We don't have regulations yet, so some cryptos can't even be utilized properly right now. What do they think the whole lawsuit was with XRP? It's about them using XRP with institutions as a bridge currency. That's what they're going through right now. So when they're talking about, you know, it's not really being used, well, yeah, like they've got a lawsuit that's been hindering them even being adopted in the United States. And it's like, they're not even taking these kind of things into consideration. And this is what I'm saying, it's just ignorance, because it's like they're just going based on purely monetary value. You can't just base this purely on price action. That's a very stupid way to look at this. And so I'm looking at some of these cryptos. Now, I'm not going to act like I know every single one, but I know some of these have great utility. I know some of these can actually serve a purpose. So will all of them stay here long term? I'm not saying that. You know, I don't even know for sure which ones will last and which won't. But I can say, for example, with confidence that XRP, I think, will be one of them because I've researched it enough to believe that it has longevity because of what it can do. So, like, this is the kind of stuff that I'm saying to you guys. Like, if you're just focusing on price, this is the kind of attitude that comes from this. And this is how easy it is to sway people. And this is what my concern is here, because sentiment does play a part in the market. It does. So if you've got people swaying a crypto, and make no mistake, XRP is one of the most hated cryptocurrencies I've seen. It really is like a Marmite coin. Like, you've got the people who love it and they like are die for fans of XRP, and then you've got the people who hate it. I'm in the middle. I do like XRP. I hold XRP. I'm not like a diehard because I just understand that I'm not just specific to one crypto. So while I do love XRP, I do. It's not like I will just die on a hill for XRP. Like, if I start seeing things that are negative about XRP, I will say it. Like, I've called out numerous things that I think is negative, and that's because I just want the truth. I'm not here to like pull the wool over your guys' eyes. I'm just here to report the truth. That's it. But for me, the research that I have done, I believe and have confidence that XRP will be here long term. But when I look at these types of articles spreading this kind of sentiment with no real actual basis, very baseless foundations, this is where I can say, well, this is the kind of stuff that's hindering XRP. because it does have an impact. Yes, people like me who do research and stuff, I can look at this and laugh at it, but there's other people who are very easily misled, right? Some people will read this and just think, oh, it sounds good, it sounds proper what he's saying, so I guess that's true. And it's not. There's a lot of things in here that can be countered, but if people don't know that, then the damage is done, right? And it doesn't have to affect everybody, it just has to affect enough people. And this is when we get into the fickle holders, right? The fickle holders are the people who FOMO buy and people who panic sell. And that's the ones who can really impact the market, because those are the ones who are just here for a quick buck. They're not here to really understand things. They're just like, okay, I want to buy this because it looks good, and here's hoping that I'll make a load of money off of it. So all it takes is one little negative thing to be like, oh, okay, let me get out, that looks bad. Or, oh, that looks good, let me buy some more. And that's how bull runs and bear runs are formed, right? It's from the retail speculators who are fickle. They really drive the prices, because when the price is going up, they FOMO in and buy more and more and more, and that drives up the price. And when it's bad, they panic sell, and then the price goes down. That's how this works. And so I wanted to show you this just to show you guys that, look, this isn't XRP specific. So when you're here getting frustrated with the price, understand that this isn't just about XRP. There's plenty of other cryptos out there that are also having, poor performance right now, that are not performing the way people would hope. But look, we're not in alt season right now, guys. Like, yes, we are in a bull run, but right now this is still Bitcoin's time. We're still waiting to see how high Bitcoin is going to go. That's how this works. We see where Bitcoin goes, and then eventually Bitcoin hits its top, it starts retracing, Bitcoin dominance then falls, which basically means that the altcoins can now start outperforming Bitcoin, and then Bitcoin slows down, and then the altcoins take over, and then they start having their pumps, and then you start seeing random cryptocurrencies having exponential rises. That's how this goes. So we're not even at that point yet where we're in alt season. We're still waiting to see where Bitcoin goes. So this is what I mean, guys. We've got to be careful of not letting this kind of stuff skew our mentality, right? Just understand that this isn't just about XRP. There's plenty of other coins out there that are not performing the way they would want. And so this kind of stuff out here that you're seeing, just be careful what you read, or at least just research it. If like you see something and it's questionable, like look into it, do some research, see if it makes sense. See if there's anything in there that you think, okay, well, is that true? Like, let me look into that a bit deeper. Let me find out. Because this kind of stuff, it's very poor and lazy. And it's very easy for people to get misled by this. And that's what I don't want. So overall, is XRP a zombie chain? No. And are all these 20 chains? I can't speak for all of them, because I'll be honest with you, I haven't used all of them. Some of them I've not even heard of. But I know there's some that have been put in here that are definitely not zombie chains. So I can already say, like, this article is very poor. It is. So I hope this has helped, guys, but I just think with how things are going right now and people being frustrated, this was a good time to address something like this. And obviously to help you try and, see things from a different perspective. So fingers crossed, things are looking really good in terms of us being in the bull run. Doesn't look like it's over yet to me. I think there's still a way to go, and we will see where things take us, but I'm very optimistic. But what do you guys think? XRP a zombie chain? Do you agree with this? Do you think that XRP is actually a zombie chain? Do you think that this is going to lead to XRP's poor performance? Or do you not agree with this? Do you not think that XRP is a zombie chain? And if you don't think that, where do you think XRP's price can go to in the bull run? Let me know your thoughts, guys. I'll be interested to hear. Thank you very much for watching this. If you did like it, please remember to drop a comment, like, and subscribe. But until next time, take care.